right, that was dramatic. Thank you all for your patience.
Okay, we are finally live. Skye had some issues with her webcam, so we just put something that looks like her in place.
That's an accurate description.
Yeah, if you were here for our last game, Skye's wild magic malfunctioned, such as it does, and all of her the hair is currently on the ground at her feet. Going quickly around the game group here, we have Oliver playing Warren Woodbrook, our human rogue. We have Jess playing Blazing Fire of the Great Jungle, our Tabaxi rogue, and
Tabaxi
Rachael,
Warlock?
Tabaxi Warlock. My bad. Rachael is playing our Genasi Druid from the far-off land of the City of Glass.
Oh, wow.
And Nick, who normally would be playing our Minotaur fighter Drümstij, was sucked into the real world and cannot join us tonight.
Sucked.
So, where we left you guys off, you had just fought one of the Duergar and some human thugs in a Xanathar hideout in the sewers. You were tracking down the last known whereabouts of Floon Blagamar, friend of Volo. And when you came into this room, the Duergar and his human companion were trying to stuff some towels under a door, and that door remains sealed. And that is one of two doors that you have not explored here. So, let's get on with this.
All right, so I've just finished tying some hasty bandages around our unconscious friend here.
Yes, he is officially dead weight, and yet not dead.
Yes.
If only.
Okay, well, I believe I'm also still nursing an injury, thanks to him.
Yes, there was some of that going on. There was a little bit of
PvP.
He was charmed for a moment and attacked his closest companion.
I do believe I have now taken as much damage from my friends as I have from the enemies so far this campaign.
It goes like that sometimes. It truly does.
All right, so I'm gonna once I'm sure that the bandages are fastened around him and he's not gonna die on us. I'm gonna go take a look at these towels blocking up the door without removing them. Sure.
It's just a pretty simple scenario here. You've got a couple of dirty towels wedged in under the bottom of this door. It looks like they were trying to keep something from leaking through or some such.
What about the other door? Is there anything remarkable about the other door?
The only thing remarkable about the other door is there's no towels wedged in underneath.
Okay.
We should open the other door then.
I don't know. I want to open the one with the towels under it. Because there's towels under it.
Is there...
Can we tell
it
it all
filled with smoke?
Can we tell it all what is soaking into these towels?
Nothing appears to be soaking into it at this point. Skye, did you have a question?
Yeah, I said, is the room still filled with smoke?
That's kind of thinning out pretty quickly. You never really got it to the capacity you needed to reveal someone who's invisible, but it's just a little bit of smoke floating.
Whoop.
I think you'll also put the fires out when they're no longer needed.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should just clear the safer door before we start messing with this one. Someone wants to take a peek.
Whip it open. I'll whip it open.
How do you define safer door?
No towels under it, apparently, is the definition of safer.
The one that is slightly less suspicious.
Okay.
But what's it soaked with? Nothing.
The non-towel door is the one you want to go for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. giving that one silver. It appears to be almost identical to the last 4 or 5 doors you've gone through down here. Pretty simple. There's no locking mechanism on it. It's just latch. When you pop the latch open and peek inside, just inside the door, the corridor takes a turn to the right and continues down that way. If you were mapping this, it would actually take you back over top of the way you first came into this area. So you went up a flight of stairs earlier, and you've made 3 right turns. So as you go down and look further down the corridor, you can see steps leading down. And how are you proceeding?
Is the
I don't know
corridor
if-
dark?
It's lit with whatever light sources you've brought along, which have been enough so far.
Yeah, I suppose I'm holding the lantern again.
Yeah, I
Drümstij
believe you had a
is
lantern.
down and it was mine. I've also put my halberd back on my pack for the moment. I think maybe we should just clear both doors if we're going to leave Drümstij unconscious in there.
Yeah, we should probably look at the other door too. I'm gonna
Okay.
go open the other door. Oh, I'm gonna remove
Well,
the
hold
towels
on.
first.
Yeah, let's remove.
I
the
was
towels
gonna
first.
remove the towels first. Don't worry.
Okay.
Wait, could I
Doing
have
the
even opened the door without moving the towels? Does it? Which way does this door open?
Probably not, because the door's
Okay.
going to open out towards you. The towels would get in the way. Removing the towels is not that difficult. They weren't wedged under there that securely. No smells or smoke or anything leaks through when towels are done or are pulled out.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
Here we go.
Inside the door, it's a small room with a foul-smelling hole in the floor. Next to that foul-smelling hole, there is a goblin covered in gray goop, which is dissolving him slowly. It's dissolving goblin, clothes, shoes. It's even starting to put pits into the metal of the dagger that was thrown there next to him.
Okay.
Ooze is extremely slowly moving towards you.
Just.
I'm gonna
slowly
back the
close
fickety
the
fuck up.
door. You just slowly close that door right there.
Yeah,
We don't need that.
I'm gonna do that slow door close and back the fuck up because
Okay,
what
so
the
you want
fuck?
Nothing to do with that. Okay.
No, I'm good. I
Yeah,
see why
no.
they were putting towels.
No.
I'm gonna even push the towels back because no, no, I'm good.
All right. So after determining that room is full of nope.
Don't need any sentient goop coming after
No,
me.
there's
Good.
no floon in there as far as you can tell.
If he is, he already gone.
Yeah.
Yes. So, door number 2, which you've opened and peeked through. This
Well-
hallway is going to stretch off about 60 feet and then go down a set of stairs.
Let's just like creep down the hallway.
All right.
Tiptoe.
Yeah, we'll prop Drümstij up in the corner, the
Alright.
far corner of the room, and then we can continue. I suppose.
Okay.
Away
On
from
the
the
far
goop.
side of the room from both this and the ooze door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep some distance, and hopefully he doesn't
Get oozed.
die while we're gone.
All right. Who's going to go first?
I don't know if
Oh, Rodrigo.
Okay, Rodrigo, roll a perception check for me.
Oh, I forgot to have the dice up. Hold on.
That'd be helpful.
Yep.
All
Should
this
be 20,
time to
right?
get ready, and you were just listening to musicals and doing
I was
homework.
doing homework. Leave me alone.
Come on, man. Take advantage of my technical difficulty.
Mhm.
All right. Would it be plus anything? What am I?
Maybe plus your perception
Probably.
roll.
See here.
Oh, haha. So
Yeah, you're +4 in that.
16.
Okay. You hear a single voice coming from down the bottom of the stairs. and it's a deep, gruff voice. What do you mean this isn't Floan? Oh, sorry. What do you mean this isn't Rainier? I got my hostages mixed up.
That's okay.
And then you hear some type of bubbling and gurgling.
That's concerning.
Someone needs some Tums. Are you guys behind me, or is it just me creeping down the hallway?
Oh, I'm following
I'm
you.
behind you, and I'm now tapping you on the shoulder, and I am suggesting that we might want to hurry up a little bit.
Okay. All right.
I'm at the end because remember I ditched you guys.
Fuck you,
You
this asshole.
catch up to us. We can. Yeah. Well, you said stairs, right? I'll go down the stairs.
When you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you see a good-looking blonde human male
Ooh.
tied to a chair with a gag in his.
Ooh.
Kinky?
There's
This went there
a
fast.
half-orc in a large robe, dirty and torn. He's even got some blood on his knuckles. And the third occupant is far more unique. It is a tall, purple-skinned being with a mass of tentacles at the lower side of his face. And he's holding a brain with 4 legs on it and stroking it like a cat. You get something kind of like that.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes. You may have heard some tavern tales or legends of Illithid's mind flayer. And that's what you're seeing right now. This Illithid puts his brain creature down on the floor and starts to float away from you guys. Not walking, floating.
Towards us?
Away from you.
you would know this if you are with us.
I'm behind the end of the line. I'm at the end. The end.
So, what are you doing in this instant?
I think we should wait for the big one to leave and then jump the half-orc as soon as coast is clear.
Sounds like an
That's
idea
what
to
my
me.
vote is.
That
I second
sounds
that.
like a good opportunity to roll initiative.
Okay.
Where the fuck's my mouse? Right there.
She did.
That's a D20 plus 1, right?
D20 plus your initiative modifier, which could very well be 1.
I got
My
a 4.
initiative is 3.
I got 20.
Oh, I did too. I got a flat out 20 before any initiative, so I got 23.
Wait, what? So, okay. Got this.
23.
I got 19,
Just
20,
there,
21.
Kevin.
22.
Okay, so we have who's on 23?
My hand was out of frame. Me.
Yes. And Lesstara, you're on 22?
Yep.
Who else do we have here?
I got a 20.
Also super.
We're all too good
And I
tonight.
got a 4.
Oh
Okay,
no!
not all super fast.
My rolls the last 2 sessions have not been so great.
I saw some horrible rolling over the weekend, so it can't get any worse than that.
I
Did
would have
anybody
felt
crit
bad about
fail?
using my halberd in the last combat, except that with my rolls I would have missed even with my rapier, so I suppose it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so Blaze, you are up first.
We're waiting for the other guy to leave, right?
He's moving away. He's not turning his back on you. You can see he's pulled out a stone orb about the size of a softball.
Does he know we're there?
Oh yeah, he can definitely see you.
Oh, great! What the fuck am I gonna do is the real question here. Actions. I don't want to
Yeah,
just...
I don't. How about you give me a knowledge arcana roll to see what you know about mind flares and illithid. Your
An arcana
skill's
roll?
Not, yeah, your arcana skill's not so good, but
It's a d20, and then it'd be minus the
Correct.
1.
uh-huh.
So a 9.
Okay. Yeah, he's an ugly squid face thing.
You know what? Do you want to attack him or the half-orc, though?
I would do the.
There's also the brain
Orc.
creature that's on the ground.
Right.
I don't think I'd go after the brain creature just because he might attack. But maybe if we just stick to the orc, he'll like mind his own business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the half-orc. It was a half-orc, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct. Alright, make your attack roll.
18 plus 5. What the fuck is that?
23.
Yes. That's one of those numbers. That's one of those numbers. It doesn't add cleanly.
That will absolutely hit.
D10.
And then you roll damage. Yeah, correct.
6.
Okay, that is going to mess him up pretty good.
First good
Alright.
first shot.
Are you going to move at all?
No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. That brings us to next on the list. Lesstara,
Yo.
what would you like to do?
Finish off the orc, I guess.
Okay. And
Alright.
how will you be accomplishing this task?
I have no idea. How close am I to it?
Have you come all the way down the steps?
Yeah, I followed everyone down the steps.
Okay, he's within 30 feet.
Ah, okay. So I guess I could throw some ice knives at him.
Do you have any of those left?
Do I?
I don't know, you don't have them marked on here. How many of those did you use last week? Do you remember?
I don't know, maybe 2.
That should be how many you have is 2. Let's
Oh.
let you throw 1, and then we'll assume that's your final.
Well, did the rest give us any spells back or no?
Not for a sorcerer.
Because I know there was one ice knife in the warehouse. She set the gazer on fire with her combustion thing, and then there was an ice knife against the duo in the sewers.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so maybe I
those
have
might
none.
have been Rodrigo's
was 2.
ice knives too.
Oh,
In any event, throw another one. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
okay. Bam. Alright, so it's
That is an attack roll.
D20.
Correct. And on your D&D Beyond sheet, on the spell tab,
Yeah.
to the left of the name of the spell, there's a red button that says cast. That will mark it off that you've used it.
Okay, so under the action tabs.
No,
under
under
the
the
spell
spells
tab next to action.
Oh, okay.
And it'll have all the relevant info there, the range, bonus to hit, damage, etc. If you click on the name, it'll pull up even more information for the full data card.
Gotcha. I rolled a 16.
You've rolled.
What?
You've rolled?
Oh yeah, I rolled. I told you a 16.
Okay, 16 hits. Roll damage.
D10. 6.
Okay. That will end his day. He is down.
He is
That
down.
leaves the brain creature on the facing off against you, and the illithid is backing away. Rodrigo, you are up right now.
What is the brain creature doing at the moment?
It looks like it's preparing to attack. Kind of hard to determine exactly what its plan is because it
It's a-
doesn't have a face. It's a brain with feet.
Okay.
I want to be a brain with feet.
I mean, aren't we though?
No, we have bones and joints.
Yeah, and a little harder to see them on the picture, but they're floating down there at the bottom.
So funny.
That's not even what I was picturing like a brain with like tentacle legs. I don't know why.
No. Somehow they get joints.
Can I start walking slowly into the room to see what happens?
Sure, you can.
All right, I'm gonna do that and see what happens.
Okay. Do you plan on making any type of attack or holding an action for a specific thing?
I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm just gonna see what the brain thing does if I start walking in.
Okay. Next, after you, the illithid is going to have its turn. And he's going to back off to a room in the corner, an archway in the corner, slip out of the room out of sight.
Rude.
Once he's gone, the brain creature will have its turn, and it is going to jump at Rodrigo, who happens to be the closest.
Cool.
Ooh.
I thought so. Tab here, and it's going to make a claw attack.
What a
Your
bitch.
armor class is not 9, correct?
Where would that be under?
In the shield.
It's not. Yeah.
Oh, armor class 14.
Okay. And it's also going to have you make an intelligence saving throw as it attacks your mind directly.
Rude.
Your intelligence saving throw will be listed at there's a box on the left underneath your statistics. Fraser, they're all directly under your character portrait on the left side of the screen.
Strength, it says 0.
Yep, and your intelligence one should be a +4, which is what you'll be rolling.
Yes. Okay. So D20.
Mhm.
I rolled an 11, so 15.
So your total's a 15.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, that does nothing because you've succeeded the saving throw.
Yay.
Cool.
Warren, what would you like to do?
All right. I'm going to draw my rapier and I'm going to charge at the brain creature thing.
Alright.
Take a poke at it. And while I'm running in, I will attempt to keep the panic and excitement out of my voice as I announce, everyone surrender and we'll go easier on you. And then I will take my swing at the brain.
Okie dokie.
I mean, just in case.
Yeah, just in case the dead half-orc wizard would like us.
Hey, I don't know who else is in there. They could be anywhere.
There could be
I
another
rolled-
invisible thing.
I roll a 6.
A 6 is not going to cut it.
See, even with a rapier, I can't hit anything.
No, that's just not quite good enough.
Hopefully you don't fall in
Blaze.
your face.
Back up to you.
Oh, okay.
So right now it's the four of you, the man you presume to be Floon, tied to a chair with a gag in his mouth, and the brain
Kinky.
critter.
Okay.
I'm gonna moonblast the brain.
All right.
Because why not?
Roll that Eldritch Blast attack.
I'm actually gonna put my modifier in this time so I don't have the math. 20.
Sure. That will hit.
And
Roll
then
damage.
7.
Okay. It makes a wet, squishy sound when your moonbeam hits this guy.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah. It's a sound you're gonna hear for a little while.
I hope it doesn't explode and get brain all over
No,
everybody.
it was a very moist sound.
Oh.
Don't say that word.
It always
Better
gets
than
someone.
crusty.
Lesstara,
Krusty's not terrible.
your
Yes.
turn.
Oh, my turn. Okay. I'm just creeping out over here for a second.
We can't see that, so we're gonna take a look for it.
Yeah.
I guess I can go on a little bit further and investigate. Or are we still? Are we trying to figure out who this
The
dude
brain
is?
thing is still alive.
Yeah, the brain thing is still attacking.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
The man is still tied up.
Stupid brain thing.
There's some other stuff going on here in the room. At the far end, there's a raised platform, which looks like it's got some type of office set up on it. There's a desk, a small bookcase, a bed, and then there are 3 curtains on the left side of the room, and you're not certain what they're.
Okay, so is this brain creature just? I can destroy it just like any other creature?
You can attack it, yes.
Okay. Then let's attack it.
Okay. Are you going to be using a spell for that? Or are you just going to go up and give it a good stab?
Let's just gonna give it a good stab.
Okay, make your attack roll. Using your short sword for that?
Yep, short sword for that.
Okay. Ooh, you're good at that. You're
Did you
plus
hear me?
5 to hit with your short sword.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
18.
18. 18 will hit. Roll damage. Damage on short sword is d6. You're adding a plus 3.
4.
4. Okay.
Well.
This
Well,
is a
then.
different moist sound. It's like somebody just like slides a knife through grapefruit.
Yeah.
Then we have Rodrigo is up for the second.
You said there's curtains in the back, right?
3.
Can I go look behind one of them?
Sure. Which one? Left to right, there are 3 curtains. You came in on the left side of the room when you're looking at it that way.
The third one?
Okay, so that'd be the farthest from the stairs.
Actually, I'll just go to the closest one.
Okay.
The first one.
You pop that one open, and it looks empty, but give me a perception check.
Oh, 19.
Okay, there is a poorly concealed secret door in the back of that little room.
Okay.
It's like some type of storage closet that they just concealed in the curtain.
All right.
So that was
I'll
your
tell
turn?
the others.
All right, yeah, sure. Okay. From the direction that the illithid left by, there's a flash of light.
He teleported. That asshole.
Then it is the Intellect Devourer's turn. The Intellect Devourer is in combat with
Rodrigo.
Warren. Rodrigo went over to
Yeah,
the
she-
Oh.
curtain,
I would be the only one left there now.
and well, Lesstara
Actually,
went up and gave it a
Lesstara,
stab
yeah,
too,
Lesstara's
yeah.
also
Yeah.
there.
So it's going to attack Lesstara. What is your armor class?
Let me pull up my sheet here. Uh, 13.
Okay, it will hit you
Oh,
and do 8 points of damage.
oh, okay. That's gone.
Okay, so that's going to knock you down.
Yep.
Okay, on your way down, I'd like you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving. Alright. What is that?
Okay, that is a defensive roll. So you're going to roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier, which is finding it easier to attack your brain because you have no protective hair.
Oh, that's great. 10.
Okay, is that with the +2?
Yeah, that's with the +2.
Okay. Now you're unconscious, so nobody else is really going to see this. But it is you've got this brain pain that you've never experienced before. So I don't know exactly how to describe the feeling of a migraine while unconscious, but that's your state of existence right now.
Oh, migraines while
Okay,
sleeping
so
are
I
terrible.
just have
Yeah.
I have a wicked migraine.
Okay. So that happened. Warren.
Okay. So, while Lesstara is falling down to the ground, clutching her head and falling unconscious, and Rodrigo is calling out that she has found a secret door, I'm going to respond, "We're a little busy right now." And then I'm going to take another swing at this brain creature. And hopefully I will hit something for the first time in who knows how long.
3 games?
At least.
Okay,
least
finally a 22. Hopefully
That
that
will
hits.
hit. And you have an ally next to it, so your sneak attack damage will apply.
Okay, so that is oops, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 1d8. And then the 1d6 for the sneak attack.
Correct.
Okay, get my real dice out finally because I actually hit something.
Ooh.
Okay, 4 plus 2, so 6, and a sneak attack is 6, so 12.
Okay. That will be an end for the brain creature, an intellect devourer.
Yay!
Finally.
So, Lesstara is on the ground, drooling heavily.
Have I
and in
taken any
pretty bad
damage?
shape. What's that?
Have I taken damage? Yeah.
No, not any more damage, but you're at 0
Right.
hit points, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You did.
So either one of your
Yeah.
companions will have to stabilize you, or you'll start running some death saving throw.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm just, since I'm right there, I'm just gonna, if we don't have any more healing spells left, I'm just gonna immediately start trying to bandage her as
Sure.
well.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay, I got a +0 on this, so cross your fingers.
Don't
16.
fail. Oh, okay.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, all you need is a 10 for stabilization, so that's good.
Imagine if
Getting
you
pretty
failed
good at
that
this.
throw.
Oh, look at that.
Stabs bandages into your neck.
And as you look down on the bandage job you've done on your friend Lesstara, the man over in the ladder, the chair just wiggles side to side to make some noise, and the chair legs bounce up and down, reminding you of his presence.
I am gonna go cut him free.
Okay.
Well, wait, he's gagged, right? Excuse me, I'm gonna
Yes.
remove the gag first before I untie him.
Okay.
I'm that asshole.
Why remove the gag?
So he can say behind you just before it's too late.
Yeah, honestly.
No. He immediately just opens up and is like, oh, thank you. I thought I was a goner for sure. This is not how I expected things to go. This has been literally the worst 2 days of my life.
You think? You got kidnapped.
Twice?
You're
I was-
beautiful.
I was kidnapped from kidnappers. That's got to be some type of achievement unlocked.
That's awkward.
So, with the rest of the untying, can you help me out here, or?
No, I'll do it. You're fine. No, I got you. I'm gonna untie him. I'm gonna
Nah,
cut
he
the.
looks good in
I'm
ropes.
gonna
it's
cut the
fine.
ropes.
Yeah. They must have thought I was Rainier because they kept asking me all sorts of things about something called the Stone of Glore. But I have no idea what they were talking about.
Wow. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, well, I finished bandaging up Lesstara with whatever we've got handy.
Yeah.
And I will stand up straight and tall, and I will say, you are Flume, then, I presume, and hope,
Yes.
after all of this.
Floon Blagamar at your service.
Oh, thank
Well,
God.
one of your friends, Volathamp, sent us to look for you, and we have not been having such a great time ourselves, I'll admit.
Well, you're here and you've saved me, so it can't be all bad.
Oh, we
Well.
also found your other friend too, who also got kidnapped. He's good.
Oh, Rainier? Yeah. Yeah, he's a good friend. Even if I did get kidnapped for him.
All right, well, I don't know if we need to hear about that right now.
No, we shouldn't tarry.
But wait, there's a secret door.
Yeah, do you know
There
where this
is.
leads?
I do not, but I had noticed it. They threw me in there as when they were keeping me in that closet.
Awkward.
And when the orc over here, I believe his name was Grimshore, didn't accept that I wasn't Rainier, he called in an illithid to search my brain. I don't know if you've ever been interrogated telepathically, but it is far from pleasant.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hmm.
The things I had to show him.
God bless. I'm
let's see.
sorry.
We shouldn't stay here long.
Hmm.
Now, that's Floon's opinion on the matter. But you do have two other curtains you could pull aside, plus the office area up top. And I assume at some point you're going to go and drag Drümstij along.
Yeah, we probably should.
Hmm.
At some point.
I'm gonna go
Grab him
look
by the
at the
horns and
desk.
pull. Okay.
See if I
on the-
find anything interesting.
Yeah. Up there, in the desk drawers, you find a thick book with arcane writings in it.
I take.
Yes.
I'm
you
gonna
know,
I'm gonna subtly pocket that as much as you can subtly pocket a.
Yeah, it's a large book, maybe like 2 inches thick or so. So pocketing it's not easy unless you have extremely large pocket.
I mean,
She'll
But
try
you can pretty
anyway.
much tell that that's a wizard spell book.
mhm.
And we'll get back to that later. You also find 2 small stoppered bottles, which are labeled as potions of healing.
Oh,
bag of coin.
Alright.
The 16 gold pieces, 82 silver, and 250 copper.
Shit.
Someone should be writing those down and adding them to a character sheet because I will not keep track of what you have.
Well,
just picked them up, so
Yeah, you
they're
found 'em.
blazing fire.
Where the fuck? I don't remember where that is. To add.
On your
Oh, equipment.
sheet, yep. Go to the equipment tab,
Yep.
and then there's a manage equipment option.
Yep.
And you can more or less search for things from there. Potion of healing would be the item you would want to add. The spell book and the coins you can add as currency.
Wait, I add the spell book too.
Yeah. You're
Which-
not a wizard, so a
No.
wizard spell book doesn't do you specifically much good. Unless one of you decides to multi-class as a wizard in the future.
Wait, what am I
those
searching for that one? Just spell book?
As a spell book? Oh, I have no idea what it would actually be under.
There is just a spell book.
Yeah, there you
Your
go.
items.
That would be more than adequate to note what it is.
And then
if you want
what
to add
was
a
the
note,
coin?
16 gold, 82 silver, 250 copper. I'll just add that to the Discord chat. You can put it in.
250 for copper, right?
Correct. That's in Discord.
Thank you.
Okay. The other two curtains, pulling those back, reveals bed chambers, sleeping quarters for different Xanathar personnel. Although, having run through here, you can't imagine there's too many of them left.
Why do I always get an API error when I do anything with the money?
I don't know.
Okay, well, can I actually do I'll just do a quick search of the half-orc and see if he's got anything interesting on him.
On him himself, no. He's got a dagger tucked into his belt, and everything else is fairly mundane and not worth noting. You do also, I should mention that you've got the doorway that the Illithid went through.
Oh.
You could chase him down.
That's a lot of work, though.
Wasn't there a bright flash of light though?
Yes.
Can I like go over to the door and like peek through?
Yeah. When you peek through there, what you see is a middle of an otherwise empty room, a stone pillar carved with a small symbol of a perfect circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating outward. In the middle of the circle is a smaller circular indentation that bears a passing resemblance to a lidless eye. That
It's a fucking
inner circle is
transmutation
roughly
circle.
this. Yeah, that inner circle is roughly the same size as that sphere he was holding.
Interesting.
And then, if you would give that a check with some magical mojo, you would. Do any of you have the detect magic spell?
No.
What?
Okay. There's a spell that you cast that'll allow you to like look at an enchantment and figure out things about it, and that might give you more information on something like that. So, Floons keeps looking over at that hidden door. I think this leads out. I think we should go quickly before more of the Xanathar Guild shows up. I do not wish to be kidnapped a third time this weekend.
You might as well get struck by lightning, you're so lucky. That's the third time.
Well, we've got some healing potions now, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Can we use those to wake up Lesstara? Or are we just gonna let her wait out here?
She's stable. She's gonna wake up on her own before too long.
Okay.
those healing potions are kind of a limited resource. You may want to hang on to those for a later date.
I'm gonna
Well,
hang
we
on
need to
though.
go, we need to go back for Drümstij either way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Can we just like take
Like,
both his legs and drag him down the hallway?
Yeah. Technically, that's a feat of strength that would cause you guys some problems, but for the sake of ease of play, we're going to ignore that bit.
Okay.
It's
Just-
a couple
just
of us.
float 'em.
We're just gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
drag him by the horns, you know. Hope they don't pop off.
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
these
Well,
are
I mean,
fake.
I mean, if we've checked everything here, then and we're satisfied,
Yeah.
suppose we can try to wake Lesstara up and then go back for Drümstij.
Yeah. Given about an hour of time searching and poking around at things, Lesstara, you're going to wake up with 1 hit point. Did we lose Skye completely?
nope, I'm here.
Okay.
Nope,
I
I'm
can't
here.
tell because again, no image. Okay. Yeah. You pop through there, and it's a narrow tunnel. Dragging broomsticks through here is pretty difficult. And then it goes up and opens into a basement cellar with a couple of beer barrels fermenting. Soon after that, you surprise a halfling family as you appear in their living room coming up through the basement.
That's awkward.
Oh.
Yeah, they have absolutely no idea that there was anything in their basement like that, and are shocked and confused, and really just interested in getting you out the door and onto the street as quickly as possible.
As we're dragging this Minotaur behind us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assure them that we're simply helping our friend who had a couple too many drinks, and we're simply getting him home, and we will usher him right outside.
That doesn't
Roll
answer how we
perception.
got in their basement, but
Yeah.
We were
Warren, roll
searching for the
perception.
bathroom. Couldn't
We-
I
find
want to know how good your lie comes across.
I mean, we have certainly ended up in stranger places after a drunken bender. You know how it is.
Oh, I do know how it is.
I can't say that I've
Uh,
ever ended up in a strange place after drinking.
No. But yeah, they don't quite buy your story. It's just a little bit too far fetched to end up in their basement on a drinking spree. But as long as you're leaving, they're not going to question too much.
Cool.
Part of me wants to
Uh,
just like sit on their floor and take a nap, but I'm not gonna do that.
So
That'd be
this
weird.
leads out onto a street in the dock ward that is blocks away from where you started. It doesn't take you too long to figure out where you're at and get your bearings, and head back towards the yawning portal to meet Volo. That's all Flume's interested at is getting back in contact with Volo so we can tell him he's okay. So
Yeah, I mean, let's take him back. That's what we were paid to do in the first place.
correct. When you return to the yawning portal, Volo is there, and he jumps up and rushes across the room to hug Flume. Oh my! Yeah, it was just he had almost given up hope that Flume was going to be lost forever. And then he looks over at the 4 of you holding your unconscious Minotaur, and he's like, "Oh my, things did not go well for you, but I'm so happy you've made it back." And slightly embarrassed because I don't have the money I've promised. But wait, I will make good on this. And
What else
he
you
reaches
got?
in-
I'm
he
gonna
reaches
roll
into
my
his-
eyes, and under my breath, I'll say, "Not this again."
He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a small scroll tube. Pops the cork on that and spreads this document out on the table. This is a deed to a house I had recently purchased. it's a long story, but it was part of the research I was doing for a new book, and it didn't pan out the way I hoped it would. But this should more than adequately cover the gold I had promised.
What's wrong with the
and
house?
It's been empty for a little while, but it's in a good neighborhood. It has great structure, great bones. At one point, it had been a tavern. So if you wanted to, it's well here. Why don't you go and take a look at the building? And if you find this suitable, I'll sign the building over to you at a magistrate, and it's yours.
Hold on. What did you say your new book was going to be about?
The Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters.
And you bought this house for that book?
Yes, I did, but alas, I could find no evidence of a ghost.
Until we walk in.
Yeah. I'm like, this is suspicious.
Honestly, I'm just trying to make good on my promise of payment. If you inspect the house and dislike it, I'll find a way to get you the funds.
Well, I'm going to make my most dramatic possible huff and then say we might as well take a look at it. At the very least, we can leave this guy here as I shoulder unconscious
Let's go
Drümstij.
look at it, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to everybody else and go, so we know this house is going to be haunted, right?
Yes. Agreed.
He gives you an address on a place called Troll Skull Alley, which is in the
Sounds haunted.
where is that? Is that in the North Ward? I believe it is.
It used to be a tavern. Somebody's probably died.
Correct. It's in the North Ward, which is the universally known as the good part of town.
Okay.
When you approach, it is as described. It truly fits the name Manor House. You've got a 4-story building that you can see from the outside. It can definitely use some repair work, some fresh paint.
Fair enough.
But you've got 4 floors, including a where did I? 4 floors, including an actual tower turret. And from the outside, you can see that it's a large home, if nothing else. There's a set of steps leading up about 8 feet to a porch area that goes into the house. Below provided you the keys to enter, so there's no problem getting inside. The first floor has a large tap room with a bar. You can see where seats and tables would have been. There's a kitchen area behind that. Stairs leading up to the second floor, which has kind of giving a quick interpretive of what these rooms would have been used for. 2 bedrooms, some type of common room, a study or a den with an outside balcony. The third floor has 2 more bedrooms, 2 separate bathrooms, a library. There's a handful of books left on the shelves, but they're kind of moldy and torn up and fall apart when you look at them. And above that, you have 2 attic storage rooms and a turret peak above that. You almost missed it, but behind the bar, there was a trap door that goes down into a cellar area. I'm going to drop you the map here into Discord so you can kind of take a look at the place. None of you work in real estate, but the value of a home like this far exceeds the 400 gold pieces you have been promised.
Wait. Can we talk about the fact that Nick left the group, apparently? Because I said
Yeah,
I was
you did.
pickpocketing him.
He was
Okay.
asking what the money count was for, so
Yeah,
we improvised.
sure.
Hmm.
Now, as you poke around and look into different bits, you see no evidence of haunting right now.
Whoa!
Oh, did we lose someone else?
No, it just did
No,
a
we
thing.
gained someone.
Why
Nick,
did
what are you
it
doing?
start? No, why did it start ringing at him?
It's Sweet Ninetales added Nick to the group.
I
Yeah,
added
but
him back
it
to the
bumped me-
group.
And it bumped me out of. It moved the windows around.
There we go.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
so
still
that's
a
the
black
only
ball.
evidence of a haunting you've seen so far is random windows moving around in Discord.
I still don't
That's
trust
haunting.
it.
Well, I will turn to the rest of the party and I will shrug and say, listen, if we had a silver piece for every tavern or establishment in the city that claimed to be haunted or have some other sort of supernatural proclivity, we could furnish this whole place. I'm sure it will be fine.
On the way in, you did notice other nearby businesses, so it is in a active and established part of town. Just checking some of the signs as you went past. There's a business called the Bent Nail that looks like it's some type of Archer and Fletcher's specialty shop. There's the Steam and Steel, a blacksmith of some type. Corellian's Crown appears to be a greenhouse selling plants and herbals. There's a really mysterious sign that just has a tiger's eye on it. I'm absolutely certain that catches Blaze's attention.
Yes. Wait, as an actual tiger's eye or the stone of tiger's eye? I'm assuming you mean an actual tiger's eye.
Well, let me hear. It's an orange and black sign featuring cat's eyes.
Okay, yeah.
And then my personal favorite, the Bookworm Treasury, which is a bookstore. And that's Wyrm, W-Y-R-M. So, yay for puns.
All right, well, I will raise my hand and say I vote we take it and be thankful that we got out of everything alive.
What are we gonna do with it?
We'll find some use for it. We could just leave Drümstij here for now.
At the very least, we won't have to worry about being kicked out of any more taverns and sleeping on the street.
Minotaur
I
Slayer.
have certainly done that before.
I don't know. I mean, sleeping outside's fine. This place doesn't
Well,
exactly look like if you want to sleep in it right now.
Then the top of the roof is all yours, my dear.
Okay.
So is that a vote for?
I mean, I guess. Not thrilled. Still
Yeah, I mean,
convinced it's
you-
haunted.
We could
Spotted a
fix
couple
it.
spots where there's leaks in the walls, but everything like structurally it seems sound. It just needs some repair work.
Where did Rodrigo go?
I don't know. I was asking that same question.
Rodrigo!
I think she votes yes in absentia.
Lesstara, do you have an opinion to voice here?
I say we take it and leave Drümstij here.
Okay. So with everybody in agreement on that,
Yeah.
the next day, Volo stops by. You spend the night here, no ill effects. You get a full rest, which will restore your hit points to full. It'll recharge
Yay.
your spells.
Oh,
So you're
yes.
all back up to full power.
So long
Um,
rest.
Correct. And then Volo's he just needs one of you to be willing to put the building directly in your name. and a quick stop at the magistrate's office to exchange the deed. Rainier has come with as well. He's happy to see you guys made it out safe.
I vote Warren puts it in his name.
I will certainly accept it.
I don't fucking want it.
Although I will, as I announced that we've decided to accept his gracious offer, I will add in, however, next time, my good sir, I would suggest that when you make a promise to Uber Adventures, you have the capital on hand. I've certainly run afoul of a debt that was a little bit too large before, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who will not be as understanding as we are.
I thoroughly and humbly apologize. I had more money tied up in my current book research than I had realized, and my funds were less than adequate. But I am pleased to find that you're accepting my attempt to make good on. And you know, like I had mentioned previously, the value of this home far exceeds the cash he had promised you. So,
Well, I'm ready to make my
Okay.
way to the magistrate with you then.
sure. Does anyone else want to travel along, or are you guys just going to explore the house in
I'll
further
go with.
detail?
I'm gonna explore the house.
Okay. Rodrigo, they decided you're becoming homeowners.
I did hear. I'm excited.
Okay. Are you going to go with the magistrate or check out the new place?
I'll check out the house.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Someone has to make sure Drümstij doesn't wake up and wander away.
yeah. So
Or
Blaze,
bust a hole
Warren,
through a wall.
Paulo, and Rainier head off towards the nearest magistrate office. When you make your way over there, there's a tiefling woman who's doing paperwork there and greets you as you come in. Volo explains what needs done. The woman who is she's got a name right here. No, really, she does have a name right here. I even wrote it down. I wrote it down over here. Plain Silmerhave. She looks bored doing paperwork, such as one does with paperwork, and just calmly informs you there's a 25 gold piece fee for exchanging property. And before Warren even has the chance to point at Volo and make him pay for it, Rainier reaches into a pocket and pulls out the 25 gold pieces for that. It's like quite honestly, this is the least I can do for your assistance.
The least.
Mhm.
And then after that, it's a few minutes of filling out a quick form and signing it. That transfers the home over into your name, and the magistrate is quick to move on to her next task. On the walk back, do you have anything to add for Rainier or Volo?
Nope. I don't got nothing to say.
Oh, I guess I should ask him how Floon's doing after everything. All of them.
Oh, Floon was starving, so we stuffed him full of stew, and he's spending a few days at Rainier's home to recover and rest. And give me an Warren, give me an insight check.
Sight check. Okay. I roll 23, 16 plus 7.
All right. You get the distinct opinion that Rainier and Floon may have some type of non-professional relationship.
No
going on
shit.
here.
No shit. Sorry, but gay.
Yeah. So yeah, did you? Yeah. If there's no other questions there, we're gonna cut scene over to the two of you who remain.
I
in
do
the
actually have
house. Oh,
one other question. There was a stone or something they mentioned that they were questioning Floon about.
yeah. The Zens had asked me about that while they had kidnapped us both. The Stone of Galore is what they kept asking about. I don't know what exactly they're talking about, but it has something to do with my father. You know who Rainier's father is. He had been the previous Open Lord of Waterdeep and was basically run out of town for being a corrupt politician, piece of scum. And the rumor has it right now that he was embezzling vast sums of money away from city treasury into his own pocket. That money is unaccounted for. So the Stone of Galore is quite likely connected to that in some way. Rainier and his father do not talk. They did not have a healthy relationship going back for his time in as Open Lord.
So I get a pretty good sense that he is being truthful with us when he says he doesn't know anything
Roll
about
insight.
it. Or... Another insight. Okay.
Yep.
5. Wait, no, it's not the plus 7. 12.
Okay. You get no sign of deceit here, and he's not proud of his father in any way. But he's not trying to tie himself up into his father's problems any more than he has to. He does own the family estate. Rainier lives there, so that's the Never Ember estate that he lives in. But his father is not welcome in the city anymore. You can remember back in the time when all this was going on. You're relatively local. The current Open Lord is Laurel Silverhand. She has a good reputation that as both a wizard, a adventurer, and all around powerful, good force in the realm. She's been the Open Lord. She kind of had the position thrust on her, not entirely willingly, but with the responsibility in place, she's stepping up into the role and doing the job well. Most people in town have a good opinion of her.
Okay, well, I guess I'm satisfied then.
All right. So, Rodrigo and Lesstara, you have the run of the
Yes.
house at the moment.
Ooh.
Is there anything specific you want to explore?
I want to explore the library.
Okay. Library is on the 3rd floor. It's a large room, 2 windows looking out over a. Do windows look out? They kind of look over a back alley area with a couple of those businesses I've mentioned and other residential homes. The books that are there are old. None of them appear to have been valuable in the first place. Kind of like novels and history books of relatively mundane recent events.
Okay.
So, does anyone want to claim bedrooms while no one else is looking?
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, Rodrigo, you got the image I posted in the chat, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
That's a no.
I got it.
I want to take the master bath.
Excuse
What?
me.
English.
Hold on.
English.
You're in the library.
The
You wait your
master
damn
bed.
turn, all right? All right. So, oh, there's a wine cellar. Look at that.
Don't get drunk, Rodrigo.
I'll take the bedroom on the 3rd floor. but not. I don't need the master bedroom. I'll just take like the other one.
The attic bedroom has a great breeze that goes through there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
that
take
one's
the
up
attic
top
bedroom.
where you'd be disturbed the least too.
What the fuck did I do?
Ooh.
Yeah, gone.
Okay. When
There we go.
Warren and Blaze return, takes you a bit of time to figure out where Rodrigo and Lesstara have run off to, but they're poking around.
I'm gonna take a peek around the bar area and see if I can find anything that's interesting. Anything shiny in particular. That sort of stuff.
Sure. Best you can tell is like this hasn't been a functional bar for close to 30 or 40 years. So there's you're guessing that off of the age of some of the bottles and labels that you've seen. But it's a solid oak bar that is pretty much extremely. It's absolutely undamaged.
Damn.
So that other than cleaning that up, that doesn't need much work at all to get it up and running. And
Are we becoming bartenders in this D&D game? Is that secretly what this campaign is?
No. You are free to use this building in any way you see fit. Whether you want to open it as a business or not is entirely up to you. Whether you want to open it as a business of a tavern or something completely different, absolutely up to you. The only pitfalls that would come into place is as you're doing business, you might have to deal with some of the guilds, the local guilds for running businesses do not make it easy for non-guild people to run business without paying guild membership and following regulation and such. For the most part, it works out well for the city. There's if you buy bread from the Baker's Guild, you can guarantee that a loaf is going to be exactly the right, the same size. Standardization going on to it. If you've got questions on that, there's a list of guilds that are in town that I'm really kind of searching for right here. Where did it go? But yeah, they've got guilds for every possible thing. The Dung Sweeper Guild takes care of sewage and trash. There's here's the list.
Let's make a strip club.
That would fall under the where was it? The Jester's Guild, Launderer's Guild, Master Mariners, Most Careful Order of the Skilled Smiths and Metal Forgers, Order of Cobblers, Harvesters, Order of the Master Shipwrights, Scriveners, Scribes, and Clerks Guild, Solemn Order of Recognized Furriers and Woolmen. The list goes on. One of the more important ones, particularly for those of you who wiggle fingers and cast spells, is the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors. But yeah, there is a Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild. Fellowship of Innkeepers. That would be the one that would be direct on that. As far as running a club with dancers and such.
This might not be the best location for that kind of.
That might not be the kind of game I want to run either.
It's always the kind of game you want to run.
But yeah, I'm going to leave that up completely to you guys. You have no reason to make a quick decision on that. It's going to take you some time to get the building up into shape for that anyway. But from here forward, you're free roaming. You have no quests in front of you at the moment. You have a piece of property to do with as you please. And some type of mystery is afoot involving that both the Zentarum and the Xanathar searching for the Stone of Galore and the lost Never Ember embezzled fortune.
Neat.
So, being where we are at a fantastic place to end for the evening, even if it is a bit early.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
we're going to take the opportunity to do that and let you guys talk amongst yourselves on what you might want to do with this. In addition to that, you're going to level up and become level 2.
Yay!
So there's
How the
a few
fuck did you do
decisions and
that?
things that can make will go into place there, and we can do that after the stream shuts down. But
Wait,
I
does
think
Nick
we'll
get to level up too?
Yes, he does.
Spending the entire time being dead weight.
Just for this day, he did quite a bit of work last week.
Fair enough.
But as always, we'll do our trip around the table to see who's who, where we can be found. You can track me down easiest as Evil Sales Ass on Twitter, where I will talk about games, life and retail, whatever.
Life and
that's where you can
retail.
find me. Yeah. Jess, what about you?
You
Our
can
technical
find-
director for the day, by the way.
Yeah. Hi. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully. It's not like last week where we dropped 5 times because of Nick, though.
True.
You hashtag blame Nick 2018. You can find me right here at Sweet Nine Tails, Twitter, Instagram technically too. I don't know why I was gonna say Instagram. Twitch too. I stream every once in a blue moon. Probably not until after Thanksgiving at this point. But
Nick
yeah.
and I were streaming Sentinels of the Multiverse Friday night, and that was a blast. We'll absolutely be doing that again sometime.
maybe I'll stream some Stardew Valley at some point. Because
Sure.
Stardew Valley.
We gotta do that together.
Yes.
Rachel, what about you? What are you up to?
I'm the Ugly Ducky 97 on Twitter. I repost a lot of dogs, so yeah. So it's great time.
You also post a lot about screaming at school.
Yeah, that too. But dogs
Happens.
are better, so
Happens.
we'll ignore that part.
Lesstara, whose hair does grow back after you get a long rest.
Oh,
Yes.
Skye, what are
Lovely
you
hair.
up to right now? Where can we track you down at?
You could track me down on Twitter at FizzleWhistle. Usually, I've been going on there a lot more frequently now.
Yeah,
I usually just complain about life.
that's what it's for. Right? Really. Twitter serves no other purpose than a conduit for complaints. And Oliver, you can't be found anywhere except here, and that's just the way you like it.
That is correct.
So,
next week. You
I
can
love
find-
how we're gonna end every single stream with that line. It just is so satisfying.
so for anyone who's a fan of Oliver, you have to be here next week watching.
Yes.
There might be a special
that's-
surprise next week.
Or you can catch us on YouTube
Ooh.
when it actually gets updated.
Also true. But that's where we're going to end it for the night. Thank you. Have a great week. Vote tomorrow.
All right.
Yes.
A black cloud.
Peace out.